Welcome back to Fast Market here on the Schwab Network. It's time for cash tags. For that, let's bring in our next guest. That's going to be Andy Swan. He's a co-founder of Likefolio. Welcome back to the show, Andy.
Thank you.
All right, so we're talking the trade desk, bear market territory going into this report, but it's recovered from that big slide we had 2 quarters ago. What kind of data are you guys seeing out of TTD going into this report?
It's really a mixed bag. We really like this company long term and have for a while. The technology is superior to anything else on the market, but our data is a little bit mixed. We see the trade desk as having extremely high client retention. It's above 95% client retention for 11 straight years. And meanwhile, their AI tool, Kokai, has already reached 66% adoption, which is bringing their customers 24% lower cost per acquisition, which is an enormous deal. So they've got great technology that their clients love. But when we look at the Likefolio data, we don't see the case that they're getting a whole lot of new clients. And so we think they're servicing their existing clients really well, but we see a steep decline in the trade desk platform traffic, down 26%, which is much lower than Meta, much lower than Amazon, much lower than Google. And so what that tells us is, their client base isn't expanding as fast as probably Wall Street would really like to see. And we see that, web visits versus stock price, again, showing a little bit of a disconnect with those metrics trending lower. So, while we like the company and we love its technology and we think it's doing a phenomenal job for its clients, it doesn't seem like the word is spreading as fast as we would want. And so we're pretty cautious going into this earnings report, because as we've seen, companies that hint at any sort of slowdown at all have been getting absolutely hammered by the market during this earnings season.
Andy, for our viewers, I'm going to explain what the trade desk does. They are a self-service, cloud-based ad buying platform that links digital advertising with advertisers. I cannot imagine a company where the overall digital advertising economy is moving towards them more than a company like this. So the only reason that they shouldn't be doing extremely well is either competition that's beating them, right? And that's a better mousetrap by part of their competition, because they seem to have, Andy, the perfect business model for what's going on. Momentum's away from linear and towards streaming. What am I getting wrong here, Andy?
No, I don't think you're getting anything wrong. I think the one thing that's disappointed us a little bit is that the move from linear to streaming, in terms of eyeballs, people watching the screen, has been fast and furious and overwhelming. But the move of the advertising dollars has not been as fast and has not been as large, moving away from linear to streaming. We think it should be happening much faster than it is, because companies like the trade desk are offering the ability for companies to target basically down to the individual level in an anonymous way and reap extreme ROI rewards as a result. But that money isn't moving as fast as we thought, and the money's not moving. The advertising money is not moving to the trade desk as fast as we thought as a result. And so I think that they're in the ultimate position to benefit from this move, but it just hasn't happened yet. And how long can Wall Street wait on the promise, with the valuation that the trade desk is at, with the promise that it's coming soon? And so I think that's the big disconnect right now. They've built the better mousetrap, and now they're waiting for the world to beat a path to their feet.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the answer that everyone that likes this company is hoping for right there.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Andy, and Kevin mentioned this, and I kind of wanted to get your take here, and if you're seeing any data that kind of reflects it, is the fact that you look at Google Alphabet, you look at Amazon, advertising is so important, Meta platforms. Don't they have their own built-in AI generating trade, advertising platforms within those companies where maybe the trade desk is getting kind of left behind by these big mega players in the space because they have so much, so much volume, they have so much data, they have so much money that they can maybe pinpoint and target better than maybe the trade desk tools. Is that part of the problem also for this company?
Yeah, I think it is the technological catch up. The trade desk 2, 3, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, extremely innovative. We are well ahead of anything that Amazon or Google could offer to clients via their own platforms. You needed the trade desk to really target down so specifically. I do wonder how much that technology gap has closed. From some of the conversations that we've had with advertisers, the trade desk still has a serious advantage over those tools, but there is, marketers are people and advertisers are people. And sometimes it's just easier to stay where you're at, even if you're giving up some ROI and not having to learn a new tool there's value in just kind of staying where you're at. So I think you're right on that. I'm very interested in this call. I really want to hear what the company sees in terms of the overall advertising landscape, but also their technological advantage versus peers. I think that's a really great point and could, quite frankly, make or break this company over the next 12 months.
Yeah, we saw that big drawdown 2 quarters ago into earnings on that because they missed and guided lower.
But here's the question, and this is a longer discussion. If I'm buying advertising on Amazon or Google, do I want Google selling the advertising for me or hooking me up? I think I want a third-party independent person working for me.
I think there's probably room for everybody in that space because maybe medium, small businesses probably use something like this as opposed to going to one of the big behemoths. All right, great stuff as always, Andy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, that's Andy Swan, co-founder of Likefolio, breaking down TTD going into earnings.